Good morning, students. The first chapter we are going to see in commerce is Principles of Management. In this lesson, you will learn about the basic concept of management, the definition of management, the definition given by Henry Foyle, Peter F. Drucker. Next, the difference between management and administration, the management an art or science, management process, principle of scientific management and modern management, and what is meant by span of management. Introduction. Management is goal oriented and it is an art of getting things done with and through others. The practice of management helps to achieve the organizational mission and determines the future of the business enterprises. Management is a goal oriented. An organization, if you take, they fix a goal or an objective and work towards it. And this goal is achieved with and through others, that is, with the help of others. The proper practice of management helps the organization to achieve its goal. The first topic we are going to see is the concept of management. The concept of management are body of knowledge, management tools, separate discipline, specialization, code of conduct, professional association. The first concept of management is body of knowledge. Management literature is growing in all countries. It has specialized body of management theory and philosophy. It's a best passport to enter the world of employment. What they come to say is basic knowledge of management is needed for an organization to achieve its goal. Management knowledge is very important to enter the world of employment either in business world or government or private. The second concept is management tools. We can get management tools from different processes like statistics, psychology, business law, accounting, econometrics, data processing, etc. These branches of management profession have enhanced the practical utility of the science of management. So we can have the knowledge of management through all these branches of professional management. The third concept is separate discipline. Many specialized schools of management offering master degrees in business management and administration. Management has a separate discipline and this can be learned through seminars, special courses, training programs. These are nowadays becoming popular in order to learn the management principles. So it has a separate discipline and like personal management, export management, general management, hotel management, marketing management, financial management, and you can go and specialize in that. The fourth concept is specialization. There is a growing tendency to select and appoint highly qualified, trained, and experienced persons to manage the business in each functional areas of management. So, in an organization, if you take, there are several functional areas of management, and for each area, the organization select and appoint highly qualified, trained, and experienced persons so that they can manage the business. The fifth concept is code of conduct. Code of conduct means the rules and regulations that has to be followed by the business community. Businessmen have recognized that business management is a social institution and it has social responsibilities to be fulfilled towards customers, employees, and the public or community. An organization have to fulfill these responsibilities in a proper legal manner. At present, seller beware in place of buyer beware influencing market practices. What is this buyer beware and seller beware? Buyer beware. Before, the buyer have to be aware of the products that they purchase. Buyers are responsible for testing and examining these products before purchase. And seller beware, it is at present the seller is responsible for any problem that the buyer might face with the service or product. The last concept of management is professional associations. There are many international business management associations which promote the spread of knowledge in all management areas, and they build up a bright public image of managerial profession. The next topic is definitions of management. Generalized definition of management. Management is a distinct ongoing process of allocating inputs of an organization, human and economic resources by typical managerial functions, planning, organizing, directing, and controlling for the purpose of achieving stated objectives, that is, output of goods and services desired by the customers. In an organization, when they give the input, men, material, machine, money, the output will be the desired results. And this is by the managerial functions like planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Planning is to decide in advance. Everything should be planned to achieve the goal. Next, organizing, which means having a good relationship among the members of the organization, which helps to achieve the goal. The third one is directing. They have to direct the employers to get the desired results. And the fourth one is controlling. They should have a control over the employees so that they finish the work in the prescribed time. These are all the managerial functions which go together to achieve the goal. Next, the idea of school of management. Functional school sees management as a process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Behavioral school is not only interested in the process but also in the way the process affects the organization. The third one, quantitative school, which wants to improve the quality of the decision making. And the systems approach, it concentrates on the entire organization, that is on the inputs, process, and outputs. The contingency approach, which emphasizes on the dynamic nature of management process, which changes with the ever-changing business environment. The next is the precise definition of management. The definition given by Henry Foyle and Peter F. Drucker. According to Henry Foyle, management is to manage is to forecast, to plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control. It describes management in terms of what a manager does, but it does not describe what is management. Next, coming on to Peter F. Drucker, management is a multi-purpose organ that manages a business and manages worker and work. Drucker emphasizes that management should manage a business, management should manage a manager, and management should manage worker and work. Next, Drucker stresses 3 jobs of management. Drucker gives importance to managing the business, managing the manager, managing the workers and the work. According to him, even if one is omitted, management will not be successful. So management has to manage all the three. This is the three things which Drucker stresses about management. According to Drucker, the manager has to balance and integrate the three major jobs of business enterprise. Hence, a manager is a dynamic and life-giving element in every business. Hence, a manager is a dynamic, that is, he is an energetic, capable person and he is a life-giving element in an organization. And without efficient management, an organization cannot make the best use of the resources, human resources as well as financial resources, and it cannot achieve the desired results. The next topic we are going to see is management is an art or science. There is always a discussion about the nature of management, whether it is an art or science, whether it is an art of doing things or it is a pure science of getting things done. We will see in detail. Management is an inexact science. Why we call it as inexact science? Because in pure science, the principles are put into test in a laboratory and they are either proved or disproved exactly. For example, if you take the plant leaves have starch in them and they are tested in the botany lab, which can be proved and disproved. In the same way, management principles can be put to test in an organization in which men, machine, money and materials are practically integrated to achieve the organizational goals. These principles cannot be exactly proved or disproved since they tend to change according to the changing environment, policies and practical difficulties when all these operate together. So management can be described as an inexact science. Everyone believes that management is an art, but management is not an art too, because the concept of art is the learning of skills and practicing them in the day-to-day life. For example, a mason, a carpenter, a mechanic, or a musician, they are able to perform their art, whatever they have learned, before anybody under any circumstances. For example, music composer and singer Mr. A.R. Rahman, he can display his skills at any time, in any country, and any number of times. But the concept of management is not the same. It involves a set of required skills. The level of managerial skills differ from person to person and individual to individual to whatever countries they belong. For example, you can take a former Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. His nature of administration and managerial skills is different from his own daughter, Mrs. Indira Gandhi. So the managerial skills vary from person to person, individual to individual. So management is not an exact art of doing things. So we can come to a conclusion that management is neither a science nor an art, but management is a combination of both science and art. Management requires people holding managerial positions to apply the scientific management principles and display the managerial skills to attain the organizational goals quickly and efficiently. So we can come to a conclusion that management is neither a science nor an art, but management is a combination of both science and art. Management requires people holding managerial positions to apply the scientific management principles and display the managerial skills to attain the organizational goals quickly and efficiently. The next topic we are going to see is the difference between management and administration. First, we'll see about the meaning. The process of administering an organization by a group of people is known as administration. And management, it is managing people and things of a business organization in an organized way is called the management. Next, authority. Administration, it is at the top level, and management, it is at the middle and lower level. Next, role. The role played by the administration is decisive. Decisive is decision making, policy making. And management, the role is executive. It plays an executive role. That is, it implements the decision made by the administration. Next, concerned with. Administration is concerned with policy formulation. It formulates the policy. Next, management. It implements those policies made by the administration. Next, area of operation. Administration has full control over the activities of the organization. That is, administration includes management. Management works under administration. Next, applicable to. Administration is used in non-business institutions, government offices, military, clubs, business enterprises, hospitals, religious and educational organizations. And management is used in profit-making organizations, that is business organizations. Next, decides. Administration decides what should be done and when it should be done. And management decides who will do the work and how it will be done. That is, management chooses the employees and allot the particular task to the employees. The next difference is on work. As I already told you, administration, its work is formulation of plans, framing policies, and setting objectives, goals of the organization. And management, its work is to put the plans and policies laid down. The next difference is on work. As I already told you, administration, its work is formulation of plans, framing policies, and setting objectives, goals of the organization. And management, its work is to put the plans and policies laid down by the administration into action. Next, it focuses on. Administration focuses on making the best possible allocation of limited resources, using the limited resources in the best possible ways. And management, it manages the work. Next, key person. In administration, it is the administrator. Example, the board of directors, the CEO, the chief executive officer, MD, managing director, they come under the administration. And in management, it is the manager who is a key person. And in an organization, there are different units like production, marketing, finance, accounting, distribution. And for all these units, there are separate managers. So managers are the key person in management. Next, represents. Here in administration, it is the owner who get a return on the capital invested by them. And in management, it is the employees who work for remuneration, that is salary. Next, function. This already we have seen. It is, that is for administration, it is legislative and determinative. And management, it is executive and governing.